I grew up on Oahu in a home with my maternal grandparents in the same house, and my grandmother was a maker of things. I don't believe she thought of herself as an artist, but my mother told me that I would sit and watch her for hours. Yeah, my grandmother was an initial source of inspiration, yeah. In thinking about my own identity, I was looking to sort of the traditions from the African American South, and there's this very rich culture of patchwork quilt making. I do think it, for me, is sort of a metaphor of we are parts. We are made up of different parts and different aspects, and we try and synthesize ourselves as we move through time and space. I'm going to take you out to what used to be we call the sheep hale, it's an outdoor workspace where I spent a lot of time working on the installation, the root installation piece that I made for this show. Here, which is just, it's a gorgeous setting, and it's really like a pu'uhonua for me. It's a place where I can just process my own thoughts without any interruptions. So I've separated each panel with paper because they sometimes get entangled. So I have 3 different kind of panel configurations. This one, it's with 4-foot long pieces to make the 4-foot panel. So there's a pile of these. Each one, of course, is completely unique. Thinking about migration, and for all of the numerous reasons why people today are needing to leave their homes, whether it's due to climate or war, was really basis for my thinking about the concept for this piece, Limbo. Contemplating what it would be to be displaced and to not have a place to lay one's roots, or to secure oneself to the earth and not be grounded, and to sort of have to live in a state of suspension. I decided to work with actual literal roots and make each of these panels, which I kind of think of as individual beings, each with their own sort of idiosyncrasies and histories and life experiences and stories kind of inherently in them. Pu'uhonua are kind of, in the most simplest definition, is a place of refuge. But conceptually, it's kind of spaces that are safe and protected, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a geographic place. It can actually be a human being, or any sort of space where one can be kind of completely free and exposed and whole. And I wanted the colors to move from dark to light, because I feel like in darkness there's room for ambiguity and possibly confusion, or just there's this oneness that happens in darkness where you're not differentiated and clear, and sort of the clarity coming towards the center and towards the higher elevation. I'm just thinking about all of these processes that the plants are going through as they grow and how it's transforming, right? From a seed, which is could be a smooth, hard form, into this, woody structure or stem-like form, and then leaves which expand out, and flowers, and sort of the sequence of that. And all of my processes are very labor intensive and slow, so they take time. So it's really an opportunity for me I'm doing a lot of thinking. And I think the plant realm is a sort of apolitical realm in which to think about all of these things. And then I just started paying attention to how we borrow so much of our vocabulary from plants, from like becoming a woman or adulthood or maturity, and how plants have this very clear inner pattern that is inherent, and yet how they adapt to the world in which they exist. But I think of plants as sort of masters of living in transformation,